Hello everyone, how's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's resume our complete beginner's guide to No Man's Sky, jumping into our starship, and we're going to look for antimatter so that we can get some fuel for our hyperdrive, just following the Awakening's quest line. So I'm going to get into my ship, and I'm going to just hold R2 to kind of take off, and in this launch tube, you automatically are ejected out, and we can then push L3 to try to scan around and see if we can find antimatter, and we did, and the target is locked. And you're going to see we just aim our cursor at it, and oh, yeah, that can happen. So if you don't get far enough outside of the kind of waiting room or vestibule at the end of the launch tube here for the space station, the autopilot will just pick you back up and shuttle you back in, not knowing what you intend to do, and we just launch back out. The cool thing is all of these maneuvers do not take fuel. So let me just kind of use my booster to get out of the grab field or whatever it is. Now there's the antimatter trace over there, but look at this. Let's take a moment to just explore this asteroid belt. So there is, right outside, I'm going to stop the ship, or as much as I can. You could see, like, right outside the space station, in between our starter world and it, there is a massive debris field. And these debris fields are actually wonderful things for us to attempt to mine. Now, if I just shoot my laser at some of these rocks, you'll see they start to explode, and we're getting silver. Now, these are, when we mine here, it goes right into the ship's inventory. You can blast these guys and just pick up some silver. And you can find in, there we go, tritium. Tritium is one of the main things that you might be looking for as you're trying to recharge your pulse engine, for example. Remember, we charged this with tritium, so we can just use that, charge it back up. And we got a gold nugget acquired, so we can analyze it with the square button in our inventory. So I'm going to push the big button on the PlayStation controller in the center, go to the starship's inventory, and here you could see the gold nugget shining, and it's already worth 3,200 units, but if I hold square to analyze it, I can get a bunch of gold, which is worth more because it's 353 units each. So that's something we could consider selling, but we probably just want to keep gold for now, unless we need a bunch of money, but it's good to have resources on hand. Now, if you're not hitting something, just move a little bit closer. Now, with your ship's laser, the photon cannon that I'm firing with X, notice that it does have heat like your mining laser, so you don't want to overheat, especially if you're in a fight with a baddie. Bam. And we're going to blow this up. And tritium is, again, what you might want to gather, but silver and gold are just nice resources to pick up. There's a tritium hypercluster, which is really nice. I'll show you this in a moment. So there's just random things you can get, like these hyperclusters. Now, these are worth a lot. These are used for upgrading, but you can also just hold square and get yourself a bunch of tritium, which it sells horribly when it's in this form. So in this case, breaking it apart makes it less valuable, but more useful to us because we can use it to recharge our pulse engine as we're out here. Now, you'll see that the antimatter trace is over there. So if I just fly at this, okay, and go into pulse drive like that, you see how the asteroids did a little bit of damage to my shields, but our ship is pretty strong, and even when we hit them, we were actually getting the resources by just crashing through them, which is kind of fun. And here's the unknown moon, and here we go. So you can pulse engine through asteroids and they do no damage, and you can just fly through them and they do minimal damage. And remember, as long as you aim right at the target, the game will do a great job of, like, basically putting you right at that location and pointing you there. And I'm just flying in through the atmosphere, and bam, we are on this moon, and we are very, very close to where they want us to go. And I'm just going to land right here. Oh, wow. Check out how cool this world is. It's a moon. Moons are really neat because they're so tiny a lot of the time, and you are like right by a planet. So, you can imagine what it would be like to be on our moon looking at the Earth in that way. This is our smallest planet that we've discovered, so we can, of course, upload this, right, in Discoveries section here, and we're just like, hey, this is this teeny moon that we found, and there's no plants, there's no animals, and there's 0 minerals discovered. There might be plants, actually, but there's no animals. I mean, this is a moon. And so let me go ahead and rename this, and we'll call this, like, Tiny Moon. We're going to call this Tiny Incompetent Moon. There we go. It's been discovered. It's got salt, rusted metal, and copper on it. But we're pretty much here, and you could see it's just orbiting our starter planet. These are the other planets. We've got the Desert Dream. We haven't been to this ringed planet or this other planet within our system. So we want to go there just to, fully explore everything. We got some nanites for recording the name of this moon. And they want us to activate a target sweep. And here we go. We've got it. And we're just going to keep moving this way until we get this aimed correctly. It's right here. So they want us to go kind of this way. So I'm going to kind of just, run this direction. And there's a little station over here, so maybe this is where they want us to go, probably. Whoa. That falls off into a subterranean chasm. Interesting. All right, and let's go ahead and pick up this. This is a base, but I don't know if it's operational, but this is definitely where they want us to go. And let's just go ahead and take a look at these containers. So this is damaged. It's going to look at this rusted metal. And we got some jelly. Well, okay, fine. Nothing in there. We restored our health, or we tried to. We'll get this waypoint. And remember, this is Point Podos. That's cool. We get navigation data from doing that. And let's get a little bit closer to this. So what's going on here? Interesting. Life support is low, so I'm just going to charge this up with some oxygen. Oh, okay. So these are whispering eggs. And we'll look at these in a moment, but don't mess with those eggs right now. Let's go inside here. And this is an abandoned building, and you can see that it's like overgrown with some kind of, alien material that looks like a lifelike with eggs and some kind of like oozing spider mass. Don't know what that is, but let's go ahead and search. We can't search that. Let's search the Forsaken Terminal. Repair by removing the corrupted material. So let's get this residual goop off. Terminal online. Selecting key. Decrypting. Success. The terminal is clogged with an unnerving, pulsating slime. Nevertheless, it appears to function. As I touch the input panel, the alien substance reacts violently. I make a note to avoid getting closer. The device opens, revealing a single, unblinking crimson eye. It prints out a blueprint for antimatter, accompanied by a strange message. Take the blueprint and read the log. You will find us when the time is right. A bunch of 16s. All right. So we just need condensed carbon and chromatic metal to make antimatter, which is what we need for our fuel. Let's go ahead and see what's in these canisters. We got some projectile ammunition, and we're getting blasted. Let's get out of here. There is something on the ceiling here that's hitting us. It's a hazardous flora. We can just go ahead and shoot this guy, tentacle guy, get some oxygen. So they want us to gather condensed carbon. And we can go over to this other room. And I'll just push circle to continue, make that a little smaller. And there's some stuff in the rest of this space station. And we can look and see, but just make sure there's no baddies, tentacle guys around. And let's go over here. Can we do anything with this? We can use first aid, and it would have restored us if we would have been hurt. We can... Here we go. There's condensed carbon just in here. And we ended up getting enough in this next chamber. I can't even pretend to tell you what's going on here. Let's not, probe that too deeply. Let's just take all of the condensed carbon that's in these canisters. I don't know universal language database. Oh, this is cool. Use this. Terminal online. Universal translation service reached. Lifeform dictionary available. Let's learn a word. And we learned the Viking word for will. So, fantastic. Free word. This is not interactable. And what you want to do is see if this chamber is in your game, and if it's just a guaranteed spawn right next door that has the condensed carbon, so you don't have to go out of your way too profoundly to gather it. And just make sure that there's nothing else that you can really do inside this, and let's go. Now, I'm going to do something, but I'm going to get my ship here right away. So I'm going to push down, and I'm going to go over to summoned vehicle, and, oh, I can't summon it because it doesn't have enough fuel. Okay, that's a shame. So we need to go get our ship and bring it back. Now, what I was going to do is show you what happens when you try to collect these eggs, because they're actually pretty valuable. They used to be extremely valuable. I don't know if they've changed that in any way, but we don't want to stir up the hornet's nest. Whoa, the gravity on this moon is crazy. Look at that. So yeah, the gravity will be different, I believe, on different worlds, and this is such a small one that it's incredibly tiny. Launch thruster, we need starship launch fuel, so we don't have any. So we got to go into our inventory, and we got to be like, make starship launch fuel, and we've got everything that we need for that. So I'm just going to pick it up and put it on there. They want us to go ahead while we're doing this to just make the antimatter, which we will. Fine. And you can now use the antimatter to charge. Oops. Is this not done? Oh, no. We need to make the warp cell. That's right. Okay, go here, and then warp cell is what we need, but we need the antimatter housing, so we have to make this first, and then we can click on the empty spot and make the warp cell. It takes one antimatter housing and an antimatter, and then we can pick this up and just drop it onto our hyperdrive, and it goes up 25%. So, we have enough for a little bit. Now, I'm not going to actually launch into space and test the interstellar systems just yet. I'm going to fly my ship right over here, and I'm going to kind of... Oh. Okay, I hit that. Oops, that was a driving error. We crashed into the roof there. Here. That's interesting. It didn't... You can fly much lower than you used to be able to, and the game would automatically not allow you to crash back in the day, but you certainly can now. Okay, so here's our ship for a quick escape point. Now, check this out. If I want this whispering egg, I can get it, and then immediately look what happens. Biological horror. I'm going to get into my ship. And you see these dudes? We're going to take off. These guys appear when you try to go after their eggs. And they're quite formidable. So you want to be ready so that you can blast them with your ship's cannons. They don't like the ship hitting them. Hopefully we got them all. Oh, that guy made it. We'll just keep circling until we're sure that they're all dead. They're still around. Now, another thing you can do is let's see if we can actually hit the eggs with our laser. I did. Oh boy. I ran into it again. This is like not the easiest flying to do, but it's funny. Alright, we'll go ahead and hit these and see if we can put a dent into them somewhat and gather these eggs. Now, I'm going to kind of just stop for a moment. I'm going to look at my inventory really fast. Did we get any eggs? Not yet with our ship. What about in our exosuit? No. All right, let's turn around. Oh, boy. We're about to hit that. Big mushroom guy. Get out of here, big mushroom. All right. Eventually, the guys will go back under the ground, and you won't have to worry as much about them until you try this again. But let me just sweep and make sure that there's no creepy crawlies. All right, I'm going to land. Now let's see how this goes. Oh, they're all back. They're like, we immediately came back to defend the eggs. Okay, fair enough. So it's a little harder than I wanted it to be. Alright, we hit a mushroom, I think, or something, right? Yeah. We hit this giant thing. We're taking a little damage from that doodad, but we're blowing away these aliens, so that's good. I'm going inverted, Top Gun style. Where are they? You can tell me. Alright. Apparently not. Oh dear God, I've completely lost where I was. I've lost the base. We're going to have to fly up a little bit and get a better view at this. We're going to break atmosphere. And interstellar travel. The galaxy map offers a wealth of information about nearby planetary systems. Browse nearby systems or available routes to choose your next destination. So, in space, access the galaxy map from the quick menu, which you get by pushing down on the directional pad. And the galaxy map looks like this swirling piece of candy or galaxy. You choose this, and then from here, we can fly to another system. Now, we're in the incompetent system. You can see the places. This is our base is here. That icon is here. Our player is here. You can see all the planets, the ones we've discovered, the ones we haven't, and the moon. And then, like, let's say we want to deselect the current system with circle, and then we want to fly to another system. So we can, this is kind of like just free exploring around, or you can R3, select your location, and they want us to go perhaps over here to Allsworks. And this is a Viking section. And let's go ahead and just warp from the Euclid galaxy that we're in over here. And I'm going to hold X to do that. And we're warping. We've jumped with hyperdrive. And here we go. Boom. So this has been discovered by, look at this, another player, Chronic Kruger. So this is, somebody else has already charted this. And Starship monitoring systems report guidance system malfunction. Now, we went here because the quest wanted us to go to this location. And when we arrive, it says searching for other routes, searching, obtained. Destination in 1616, 1616, 16, 16 KLS. Accept new guidance? We accept. Guidance accepted. Plotting route. Alright. So, there's a fuel source detected. So, we want to go aim our ship at it. There's a space station right there if we want to go to it. And then the fuel source is... Oh, dear. Okay. I'll tell you what. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to first go to the space station. Whenever I get to a new system, one of the first things I want to do is just fly right at this thing. Pulse engine unavailable. Space station proximity. Oh. Okay. Because we're so close to it, that's good. Yeah, we can see it. Alright, so let's just aim right at it, and I'm just going to hold R2 and circle. The reason I'm going here before going to where the quest is because we want to get access to this teleporter. If we come into this space station, just aim right at it, pick us up. We can fly in. And I'm going to get out. And I'm going to just jump over here and use all of my jetpack to kind of get up. Now that our jetpack is enhanced, we can just don't have to use the ramps anymore. And I want to interact with this space station teleporter. So now we know this terminal. And I don't think we have to travel. I think we just have to interact with this. And at this point, we can go from here to our base from this location. So we can just bop in back to our base, and then I think we can get back here with a teleport, I'm pretty sure. So it just kind of like helps us get back here if we want to. This is a new space station, so we can take advantage of that if we want by like talking to all of these people and learning more of the language. Look at how much we know. Request dialect help. What do we want? Give me a tech symbol. All right, equipment. Very good. So you can do that, you know, get more and more. If you're interested, you can buy and sell all this stuff. Now, I'm not going to mess with the space station yet because we already did all this last time. I'm just showing you that I like to get the teleporter so that we can come back here later. All right, and then now let's go where the quest wants us to, which is over here on this ringed planet. And Mr. V's discovered this. We can't use... we're too close to the space station to use our pulse engine, so just drive away a little bit. Keep aiming at this, and then keep trying to use your pulse drive, and then eventually you'll get it. And here we go. We're flying in. All right. This is a very gray world. I'm going to flip over. And there is a fuel source here that we want to get to. And I'm going to land to begin the search. Now, we get nothing for discovering this because it's already been discovered. There's no atmosphere. So we're going to have some intense jumping ability. And we need to use the target sweep this way. There we go. I believe it's that alien ruin or, relic over there that we want to go talk to. It's interesting. Somebody discovered this, but they didn't scan anything, it looks like. So, we can still get some money if we want. Strongest magnetic field. Oh boy. What are these? Are these... I mean, these are like plants or something, but they look like... like houses that are anchored to the ground. Now, these things right here, whenever you find one of these alien structures, it's got the steps, it's got this awesome kind of like looking shape that we'll recognize a bunch. There are a ton of knowledge stones around it. And so you want to use all of these and just pick up a bunch of new language. There's one right there, for example. We're going to learn the word for warrior, the word for force. So our Viking, here's another one over here, is really, really boosting up. All right, so we're getting some basic stuff. I mean, we're fluent. We know 20 words. All right, let's interact with this. This structure is unlike anything I've encountered on my journey so far. Everything about it is so obviously alien, so obviously out of place. As I stare at it, words form themselves in my mind, a strange fragment of broken speech. All right, so we got information about a message, and we need to go into space, but we're out of launch thruster, which is sad. So we need to make another one. And we can luckily do that very easily. So we just need dihydrogen and... sometimes if you want, you can make like a whole bunch of fuel, but we need more dihydrogen to get it going. And then just have it ready. It's nice. Not enough fuel, huh? Yeah, right. All right, we're going to launch out into space. Fantastic. And explore nearby planets or search in a new system. Access the galaxy map with down. All right, so we can, we need to base computer archive available. Okay, and that's at our base, by the way. So we could like warp back to our own base to get this going. We can push down and we can explore. And you can see they have like an idea of where we might want to go, but I'm just going to get out of this. And I'm going to go on my own to the space station. And I'm going to just warp back to our base and see if we can make any progress with this there. I'm not beholden to this system in any way. The planets have already been discovered. So let's just rocket at the system here, and let's go ahead and get ourselves. All we have to do is basically hit this blue light that's coming out, and the tractor beam will pull us right on in. Beautiful. And I'm going to get out. And fly, And then we're going to go ahead and say, great. I mean, this looks amazing, but I'm going to use this and teleport. And from here, you can see that now my base shows up, as well as the space station from the previous system. Wasn't loading before, but anyway, I'm just going to warp to our base. Now, once we've activated this, or even maybe just visited the space station and touched the teleporter, now we should be able to bounce back here instead of using hyperdrive fuel. If you teleport, it'll take your ship with you, if memory serves. I mean, of course it does, but I don't think it uses hyperdrive fuel. I think it just, like, gets you over there. Now look at that. We're in our base. Now, it's pretty impressive that you're allowed to teleport to your base even when you don't have power. And I think that's fantastic. Explore this planet for clues, rare items, or new discoveries, or return to space to search a new planet, says Awakenings. So we're looking for something, right? And they want us to go to our base computer archive, which we want to do. So luckily you can get here even if you have no power, but you can't get back unless you turn this on. So, I can just give it some carbon, for example. And then I could even give it some, condensed carbon. And there we go. Up to 50 hours. Okay. So let's check the base computer. And it says we can, upload base, delete base. No, that's not what we want to do. Leave. Oh, there it is. They're not talking to... No, they are talking about this base computer. Let me look at the quests. Alright, so in space, use the galaxy map to search for clues. Now this says, scan the archives for data, which is a secondary mission, but it's like we should be able to. Here we go. Automated archive recovery in progress. Data recovered 6%. New data available. And you can search the archives, and it says entry follows. Found additional buried technology modules. Construction proceeding smoothly. Recent expedition yielded. Copying data to. Additional data available. And we can check the construction database, and it says downloading plans, and we got the storage container. So this is a huge moment. It used to be hard to get this, but it's still kind of gated, but not that badly. So now we can build at least one storage container. And it doesn't take that much. And it'll just eventually give you a new recipe as it processes. But now we can go ahead and go to the build menu and just like select this. And we can put this someplace. Now, you can put it inside, you can put it outside, wherever you want. I'm going to put it right here because it's like right next to the power. No. Let's put it right outside. We can have like a cool, storage area, a shed right here. And then all we need to do is go to wiring. And so you can push triangle at any point to toggle wiring. And then you just kind of R2, and then we'll just connect it wherever. And then now it's on the grid. And so this thing does have to have power. But once you get power, you can open this up. Here you go. And look at this. Look how it's 50 slots. It's so much. So anything that we don't need, we can just dump in here, So you can just push triangle and just bounce it over there, residual goop, viscous fluids, rusted metal, whatever you want to put over there. And it's super, super handy. The projectile ammunition is fine for now. We don't have the right stuff to use that anyway. Perfect. Okay. And apparently there's more that it wants to tell me. Recovered archive encrypted. Input recovery passkey to proceed. I don't know. Warrior. And it says it's encrypted and what we have doesn't work. So we need the password. So that's weird, but we'll figure that out. And what we can do is go here. And let's go ahead and do this. And we need to locate our benefactor. So to do that, we need to just go out into space and launch up. And let's see. Explore nearby planets or search a new system. All right. So let's see what we can find. Well, there's planets that are nearby that we haven't searched in this system. And here we go. Once you're in space and you're poking around, they should just contact you, and they are. So we need to go down and use the communicator, and it says, incoming transmission, source unknown. You are not alone. Please, identify yourself. You left me. Why did you? Tell them you don't understand. Of course you'd say that. Of course you'd, just like the others. Who am I talking to? There is no reply. The communicator falls silent, though the channel remains open. And we got some coordinates. So this will tell us where we need to go. And apparently, they're right there. So let's just travel. And go. Back on our starter world. So the game is like allows you to kind of go where you want, and I think that these events will just trigger regardless. I like to just stay in my starter area because everything is close by. I'm familiar with it, and I can work on farming nanites. And it's usually a safe system. You're not going to get attacked by pirates and stuff like that as much. So I do it that way. But I think you can just stay wherever, and eventually, when you're in space, they will just contact you, and the coordinates will lead you to a place that's in the area that you already are to make it, it's not going to be on your starter world necessarily. I don't think so. I think it's kind of like it goes with the flow. And let's just get down here And land. Oh my god, I was flying too fast. I've crashed. I'm embarrassed. Alright, let's get back here. You used to be able to fly like 1,000,000 miles an hour and just push square and it would stop like on a dime. They've tweaked that a little bit. They've tweaked it. Boom, we're out. Alright. So, of course, they want us to use target sweep again. They love this. And it's over here. Alright, so let's go this way. And the atmosphere is back to normal. It's our starter world. And we do actually need dihydrogen for some more thruster. As long as when you leave your ship, the thruster is not on 0. It's like 25 or above. When you summon your ship, it will be able to come to you. So that's something to always check out for. Make sure that you're leaving your ship with fuel so that it can do that for you. Let me use the target sweep in this way. All right. Oh, there's a crashed spaceship over here. With that. That's a big ship. And this is where they want us to go. So it's a different ship than our ship. And we need to repair the components. We've got that. We've got everything we needed to repair that. Not very hard. And it says, there are no signs of life. There is only the static of a broken communicator. Extract the records. Whatever message was once here has been scrambled beyond recovery. All I extract is the pilot's name, Artemis. Whoever they were, they're long gone. The only other uncorrupted data is a set of plans, an upgrade for my mining beam. And here we go, the advanced mining laser. Remember earlier I was talking about this, how you want to do the quest so you can get this? This baby lets you get bigger and rare resources. It's super useful. Again, this used to be way down the line. They've really expedited how fast you get access to some of these, so this is, again, why you want to stick to the quest line. Now, this requires a lot of technology for us to get going, but it's not that bad. It has, like, we need a, I can go here and I can install this on my existing multi-tool. We need a hermetic seal, which we made before. The wiring loom, I showed you this in the Galactic Exchange. It's expensive, but we can buy it at the space station, and the nanotubes, we've made these before, too. So we're going to need a little spend some cash on this, but we can get this no problem. Now, interestingly as well, this starship could be a ship. It's a B-class ship, and if you compare it to our current ship, you'll notice, like, it's got more going on than our ship. However, it's corrupted, so we can't really use it easily. And we'll look at this ship and continue this quest next time. Everyone, this is a good place to end the episode. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're still finding this series to be useful and fun. Take care.